it's very dangerous to argue in front of your children. Another thing that I try not to do. Kenya is more of a communicator than me. She, she talks, and I know it sounds like I'm talking a lot right now. I feel myself talking a lot, but I use minimal words as much as possible, and I like to just get my point across and bring it across with understanding. So if we're in an argument and we're going back and forth, she tends to get, emotional, not because she's a woman and she gets emotional, but she just really feels that thing when she, has her points and her statistics about this argument. She's going to give it to me, blam, blam. She's going to hit me with it and stuff. And then we can get into a back and forth situation. But when she gets heated and really emotional, I'm not going to go back and forth with her.
He pulls out.
Not that I pull out. Well, yeah, I pull out. Pause. But not that I we're gonna edit that. But not that I check out, but I'm just not gonna go back and forth with you and get as emotional as you are, because then that, takes you to another level and another place that you might not want to be in, and make you or cause you to say something that may be detrimental to the other person.
But I used to get so mad when he would not.
Right.
When he wouldn't go there with me, not necessarily I needed him blow for blow, word for word. I felt I want to say this and I want to be able to say it. And you can go ahead and say whatever you need to say back to me, because we literally going back and forth. I thought that was how we were supposed to handle it. And his calm head was just making me more mad.
Right. And so I want her to be able to say what she wants to say and to release what she has to say in a rightness. But two people in the heat of the moment is just going to escalate and not de-escalate. And you always want to be in a position, it has to be one person. I don't care if it's the male or the female, but it has to be one person that is looking to find the peace in the midst of the storm, and that's going to be able to de-escalate the situation so that we can both hear each other. Because when she's getting emotional and she's screaming at me, I'm not listening. I'm sorry. You're not going to scream at me. I am the man of the house. And, I need to be respected as well as you need to be respected. So I'm not going to call you out your name, and I'm not going to allow you to disrespect me. And so, as long as we're respectfully, conversing, communicating, then that's when we can find out, okay, what is the real issue? What is the real root? Chop it off, deal with it, and then let's get back to loving each other.
And it was hard. It just really was hard, because there was so many feelings and emotions in the midst of all of that, and me learning how to engage with him, whereas my history may have spoken to me just being able to say what I want to shoot, and you just get in where you fit in. He kept a calm and level head, and that was hard for me, because I'm like, I want to be able to say what I want to say.
And then I think it also has something to deal with the fact that, when we met, we didn't do, it wasn't a whole, a lot of dating and a lot of courtship. It was really quick. And so we didn't get a chance to see each other when we were angry, when we were dating. If you recall, we didn't get mad at each other because we were still new. We were still loving each other. And then we got married. And then now we get to the arguments. And now, and without, premarital counseling, dealing with those issues. Now we're married and having to deal with that.
On the other side of marriage.
Right. So she saw me, when we got into our first argument, she saw me as young Terrence out of Queens, and this is how he dealt with arguments. And then I saw you as young Kenya out of Chicago, how you dealt with your arguments, and then it just didn't mesh. And so we're growing together and getting older. And then now we have evolved into a better way. But it was rough.
It was very rough
initially. So.
Yeah, so that's just something we may have to pick back up. But
I think we will.
Yeah, but dealing with anger, we can just recap. It's certainly important for one person to have, at least one person to be able to say, "Hold, let's slow down," and keep a level head. Both of you can't go wild. And then when you do, looking at what's really at stake here. Is this argument more worth worth more than our peace? Or can we figure this out?
Peace and our respect.
Yeah.
Right.
Or can we figure this out without all of this extra?
Yeah. And then also, if, you both arguing and no one has the calmer head, now you need a therapist. Shameless plug.
Yeah.
But you need a third party. You need a mediator.
Absolutely.
And so so that you can also someone else from the outside looking in can come in and assess the situation, and not to tell who's right or who's wrong, but to have you guys look at each other differently. And so then now you can fight fair instead of fighting dirty.
Absolutely. Love it. We'll see you later.